Hello class, my name is Sam Colbert.
And I'm Savanah Allen.
Today the method we're going to be teaching you guys is generative sentences.
So this learning method allows students to use vocabulary to convey information in a correct and articulate manner. By having students use specific words in specific locations in a sentence, this tests the students' knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, and syntax.
First off, to give you guys a good representation of generative sentences, we're going to do an activity using a worksheet I have from a website I found called Madlib, which basically it's going to give you guys a story, and throughout the story there's going to be blanks, and under each blank it's going to tell you guys need to use a noun or a verb or an adjective, things like that. So what we're going to do while Savannah passes these out, I'll explain to you guys. You guys are going to get a sheet of paper with the story on it, and one person in your group is going to read the story to themselves, not out loud. And when they get to a blank, they're just going to ask you guys for a word depending on what that blank is asking for. So if she says, I need a noun, you guys just come up with any noun you want. It doesn't have to be anything specific, and you guys will put it in there. And at the end, we're going to go over one or two groups, paragraphs, and see what words they chose. It'll sound a little bit funny, but that's the whole point of the exercise, because right here we're going to be kind of going over how sentences will sound if you don't have any context behind them and you don't know what's going on, and how when you generate sentences without knowing the context that they can sound a little funky.
For the second activity that we're going to do, it's called the Advanced Generative Sentences Worksheet. We're going to be given 6 sentences, and they're going to be specific to the location and the word used in the sentence. So for example, you'd be given a word. It'll be asked, for example, to be in the third position in a sentence, and the sentence will need to be 6 words long. So the point of this activity is to emphasize that the context, if you're given more context within the sentence, it's going to be easier for you to generate a correct sentence, which is the complete opposite of the Madlib's activity.
Alright, so to recap what we did today, remember, we did the Madlib activity, which was basically we created a story using words, not knowing the context to the story, and we were able to see how when we don't have any information about what we're putting words to, things can sound a little funky, and that's why when we generate sentences, we always want to know what context we have, so that way we're not using improper words.
And the whole point of the advanced worksheet is to emphasize that with context and with specifics with sentences, especially with structure and location, it helps you generate proper sentences in proper form.